Folks, welcome back. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Dear Rudy! Yes, I didn't see you there. Do you remember War of the Spark Mythic Edition? Oh, God. Yes, I remember that. I still get random old school trolls. Yeah, that was the one that Rudy came after. Yeah, I remember that. That was the one I made the video looking like they were selling Infinite because the website glitched and someone claimed to be from eBay and sent me a fake thing, and then they sent me death threats and everyone on Reddit attacked. I remember. But thanks for bringing up the lovely memories. Good times. Ah, yes. Old man remembers. Rudy, War of the Spark Mythic Edition had peaked around $600 to $800 a piece. I thought it was going to $1,000 per sealed War of the Spark Mythic Edition. When I saw a retracement in price from about the 700s, what was the peak? Was it 800 or 700 for War of the Spark Mythic Edition? It's the first time I made a video on this in probably 3-4 years. I've been afraid to talk about this. I deployed $5,000 to $10,000 into War of the Spark Mythic Edition when the price had declined 10-20% off its highs. So my cost basis is around $500 to $550 a piece for War of the Spark Mythic Edition. You guys know where this is going. At this point in time, I'm down a substantial amount of money. What do you think I should lock in the losses, or should I wait for the bear market to end? And do you think War of the Spark Mythic Edition will ever recover in price? What do you think went wrong with War of the Spark Mythic Edition? Why do you think War of the Spark Mythic Edition never made it to $1,000 a box, like many of us thought? All right, there's a lot to unpack here. So, first of all, for those you don't know, War of the Spark Mythic Edition was Wizards of the Coast's early attempts at secret lairs, direct to consumers, and attacking the secondary markets or collector's edition boxes. This was their early attempts. They started these things. Websites would crash. eBay would crash. There was a lot of different moving parts before they partnered with ScaleFast to do direct to consumer and go after the secondary market of single cards, which obviously, as we know in 2023, has decimated millions of dollars worth of inventory in LGSs around the country. And the average younger individual who has collections of Magic from the last 5, 10, 15 years in Modern and Standard or any of these Pioneer, Pauper to the Moon singles, essentially everyone's been wiped out. And there's been tremendous losses across the board. In the early days of Secret Lair, pre-Secret Lair, we had these Mythic Edition attempts. A lot of problems happened. The War of the Spark Mythic Edition went through eBay as an attempt to make this special drop, and this was early signs of the pivot of Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. As of filming this video, War of the Spark Mythic Edition, I'm seeing sold listings on eBay for $345, $335, $350, so the mid 300s. Yes, I think they peaked at $700 or $800. Someone comment below, was it $650, $750, $850? Everybody thought they were going to go to 1K and above, and it was such a hot demanded thing. I remember some of my friends who had LGSs back then before they went bankrupt. This was, how many years ago was this, everybody? I think this was 4 years ago. People were telling me that, well, stores were LGSs and their employees were all buying these things. There was like a limit of 1, 2, or 3 or something. And employees, everybody was buying these when they dropped because essentially it was free tendies. LGSs were buying as many as they could because this was Wizards' first direction to say fuck off to LGSs and go direct to the consumer, which was a big red flag. And LGSs wanted to get these because LGSs would take them, open them. You essentially got regular booster packs like War of the Spark. Nobody cared. Use them for draft, give them to local customers. But you would get these special Planeswalkers that were in every single Mythic Edition. And if I recall, the Jace card alone, the Jace Planeswalker, was selling for like $150 to $200 or more. So that one card alone paid for like the entire Mythic Edition box. And the rest was free tendies. So everybody went after this. So a lot of people who bought these speculated and wanted to keep them sealed for long-term collecting and investing back then. I was ridiculed and attacked because of my false information and making a bad video and a real bad take, which turned out I was given bad information. It was just a dumpster fire for me, all of you, and of course the people who hated me that gave fuel to run to the moon. Now we fast forward to 2023. The question remains, why did the product not only not go up in value, but completely dissolved and continues to fall apart financially. Why do I think that's the case? And I know some of you are going to say, well, duh, Project Booster, fuck you fun. Some people are going to say Magic 30, Mark Rosewater and reprinting the Collector's Edition and ABU. Some people are going to say Project Booster Fun. Some people are going to point to overprinting of everything. Some people are going to point to every one of the cards. There's so many variants, and these are special variants. Well, when you go into a variant era where Project Booster Fun reprints everything to the ground, well, a special product that leans into having special cards that Wizards can sell for premiums goes away. This is why, again, this next part of the video is fake. Everything in this video is entertainment. You know, when conversations inside Wizards and Hasbro are occurring with concerns about reprint secondary market stability, it is happening. We're seeing internal people at WotC do have concerns because they cannot sell premium expensive cards. Look at Secret Lair. We have recent Secret Lairs with record low number sales. Again, making it up on the spot. I don't really talk to anybody. I don't even have a phone down here. Literally, I have to mail order my own, we're going to stop there. So when I see something like this go from 5, 6, 7, 800 and erode down to 300 or the mid 300s, and this gentleman sends me a message and he says, Rudy, you know, I put like 10 grand in this thing. My 10 grand is probably down to like 4 grand. And if I sell it after shipping and fees, I'm going to net 3 grand. So from 10 to 3, he's looking at what? 65, 75, 70% loss, depending on the fee structure, how many he sells, how many shipments, is it combined? So, too long, didn't read kind of thing. Short answer for those of you. No, there is absolutely no path forward where War of the Spark Mythic Edition recovers and goes to $1,000 plus a box. You guys want me to give you a short, simple answer? There is no path forward. The cards, the special cards that everybody desired, pre-flashy era, pre-budget, but this was before Mark Rosewater said, attention, Project Booster Fun, game pieces for everyone. You're all fucked. This was before that happened. And why people are still, Rudy is so wrong, he's just angry. Sure, I am angry. Sure, I'm allowed to be wrong, and I'll voice being wrong, and guess what? You can all bash me. Got to have a bad guy. Remember that. Someone's got to be the Joker. And we look at this, and I'm like, the ecosystem isn't working. This poor individual speculated 10 grand on Mythic Editions. He lost his ass, and now he's essentially saying, do I throw in the towel? Do I wait for a rebound of the bear market, or do I move on with my life? Normally, Rudy would say things, you'll stay the course, hang in there, little kitty cat, hang in there. You know, I'd give you some meme, some joke about how long your washer before the repairman, something about Wife's boyfriend, Wendy's dumpsters. Look, bro, be honest with you all, on items like this, they're dead. They're dead. These have modern special cards that nobody cares about. And they're never, and if any of these cards do go up in value, they will reprint them to ensure the game piece stays cheap. Due to events like this, products and items like this are no longer potential to even move to $1,000 plus a box. It is not even possible because it's just, you have a War of the Spark sealed booster packs and essentially you're paying for the special cards. What was it, like 8 or 10 special cards? I think it was like, I don't remember the exact amount. And that's where we're at. I don't see that changing. Now, one day, I'm hoping we get a change of leadership and management and some of the internal people at Wizards of the Coast can get promoted and clean house of the upper corporate management morons who clearly don't breathe the same air and wear the same color lenses as us. And we can get regular working people up there to recalibrate the system. But it's going to be a long time. I think that day will come. I just don't know if it's going to arrive in time for you all to still be interested and me to still be alive in Magic the Gathering. So, Path A, this individual, I mean, you know, if you want to know, even I wouldn't even offer to buy them. And if I were to offer, my buy price would be so low, it'd be insulting. I'm not even going to make an offer. I think this individual should put one at a time on eBay, one per month, auction it off, wait 3 more weeks, put one more on auction. And if they sell for between $300 and $400, and you net $275 after shipping and fees, take your 60-70% loss and move on with your life. Apply it to paying off debt, if you have it. Real life bills, put it in a savings account making 5% interest and move on. Unfortunately, the company took a direction where items like this are dead. They are just straight up dead. There is no discussion. There is no, you can disagree with me, but I'm making my opinion based on where the price point was, where the price point is, what the product has to offer, and what the future path is. If I'm going to spend $500, $600, $700, bro, buy a sealed case of War of the Spark. 6 War of the Spark draft boxes. War of the Spark doesn't have collectors, doesn't have set. There's no War of the Spark commander. Dude, if you're going to spend $600-$700 or something, buy a whole case of sealed War of the Spark. These things, one little chunk of packs with cards that aren't even from War of the Spark, they just have special variant. Well, I guess they're from War, but they have special art and variant. Special, it's like Zendikar. It's the reason unsets are also kind of dead. Unsets don't have a path forward. Mythic editions don't have a path forward. These products leaned into and relied on certain collectible aspects of a collectible card game, known as a CCG. Zendikar, full art lands, and priceless treasures. Unsets derive their value from a playful set, mostly from full art special lands or holo chase cards. Well, shock lands, like the last unset, are beautiful. Those space shock lands are still some of the most beautiful cards ever. But moving forward, we already have shock lands with the original artwork, retro frames. It's all being extracted. If you own modern singles, the best piece of advice I can give you is not only would I tell you to run, walk, or crawl, fucking run. Put a parachute, wrap yourself in bubble paper, avoid your X, and just run straight through the drive-thru. You're going to hit speed bumps. You're going to get bruised up. Fucking run. There is zero future stability, growth, anything for modern standards. Any of these game pieces are game pieces. If you have money in these, I would usually tell you, contact me, AlphainvestmentsLLC at Gmail. But unless you have old, more rare, vintage, or any out-of-print sealed boxes, I am buying collector boxes, but the prices are terrible. These items, I'm sorry, they're dead. They were great, and there was huge potential with these. And if we had gone a different path of responsibility, corporate management, and proper long-term decision-making of the people at the top, items like this should be at not only... seeing War of the Spark Mythic Edition in the 300s after the history of this product is, for me, it's kind of, because all the drama and what I went through with this, I still never even got one of these stupid things. It's kind of bittersweet. I'm kind of happy to see it after all my personal history in the YouTube channel, but it's disappointing because I know there are hundreds, if not thousands of you out there who bought these special, really unique, cool products, and they're fucked. And at the back of your mind, just like the back of my mind, your wife's boyfriend knows just as well as I know. They're not coming back. We would need new management, a pivot in the company, public communication. We're talking, we need a laundry list on a merchant scroll from Homelands just to recalibrate this market, to have it repriced in a higher range. And I'm sorry, but not only are we not going to get all those items, I don't think we get a single one of those items for years. And I don't think you or me will be around long enough in this hobby to see the pivot happen at this point in time. These products, they're mortgage-backed securities from '08. They are ninja loans. No income, no... These are loans from chicks at the strip club, the dishwasher, in the back of Rudy's old taco restaurant who make minimum wage, and they have 15 condos they're flipping in 2008. These are toxic assets. I would not recommend buying them. I wouldn't recommend trying to spec into them. Even if this individual offered these to me for $1.99 for War of the Spark Mythic, 60 cents on the dollar from the 300 range, or $200, I guess, I still wouldn't buy it because I don't think the market has found the true pricing. The fact that we continue to see price erosion month over month, I haven't seen a 6-month period where sold listings are showing an uptick. We still see product coming to market and new lows being breached. If this was Wall Street and you were tracking individual stock, new lows, new 52-week lows for a publicly traded company, if their equity hits new lows, that is a signal that the market's telling you something is wrong. And you got to be careful with that. Now, if you're a value hunter like me on Wall Street, I like to look for things like that, and I ask myself, are they going to turn, or, what's going on? But in situations like this, the long answer, I guess that's a long answer. So that's it. I just want you all to know, for those of you holding things like these Mythic editions, and there's this huge thing a long time ago, it's sad because it is what it is, and it is disappointing, and we all have to accept that the fact that a new flashy era has made items like this completely uncollectible. I know Magic the Gathering is the original collectible card game, but it is no longer collectible. It is not investable with these single cards. I'm still on board with the sealed product, even though everyone just thinks I'm a moron. But these single cards they are toxic assets. I'm sorry. Now, if you're looking to play the game and actually build your decks with your game pieces, you're probably having a blast, and you're rioting. You got your pitchfork up, down with Rudy, and I hope every LGS reprices lower. And then if that's your narrative, then good for you. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion, but that is what I see happening internally. That's all I have. That's my 4-year update on War of the Spark Mythic Edition. This video was caused by this letter that was sent to me. And, Project Booster fun.